My name is Margaret Olko, and I am a sophomore at the University at Buffalo. The poem that I chose for my favorite poem project, which is my favorite poem, is Lucille Clifton's Blessing the Boats. I think the reason that I really like this poem is its reference to the present and the past. Blessing the Boats by Lucille Clifton at St. Mary's. May the tide that is entering now, the lip of our understanding, carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it certain that it will love you back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever. And may you in your innocence sail through this to that. What really stuck out to me in this poem was how Lucille Clifton made me feel as if I was the boats. Through her use of personification and imagery in the line, water waving forever, I received flashbacks of my grandmother standing on the balcony, waving goodbye to us as we were leaving from our vacation in Poland, visiting her, and sitting in the back of that car, driving away. It felt like her waving was like never ending. I didn't have to not see it until we were farther enough. She just kept waving and kept waving. And that's what it kind of felt with this line, water waving forever. It was endless. And I think that's a similar theme of what Lucille Clifton is getting at in this poem, the journeys and risks. And when it comes to this poem, I think a lot about my parents and how they took a really big risk coming to America, leaving behind a country that was really unstable. Poland was going through so much, they were going through communism, there were literal food deserts. They had brown toilet paper that my mom sometimes describes as like sandpaper. And so once they got married, they had my brother, and they started to build a house. They decided that they needed money. So my dad traveled to America to get a job and earn some extra cash and come back and help finish build the house. But of course, feelings overwhelm us. And he decided that he didn't want to be away from my mom and my brother. So he went back. They all packed their stuff and they said, you know what, we're going to go and live our life in America temporarily until we have enough money to come back and finish our home. And so that was it. That was their big immigration story. Until I happened and they decided to stay and give us a better life here, because they knew that if they come back, communism wasn't over. And even if it was going to be over, what were going to be the effects of that after, and the government after that?
May the tide that is entering now, the lip of our understanding, carry you out. The lip of our understanding. When Clifton says this, I believe that she is exactly referring to this unknown. She brings on the tide and lets it flow over us, as she says, carry you out, far where you begin to understand the experience of the unknown. She also refers to this innocence that I love, the innocence that we hold when we are dealing with the unknown. As she says, and may you in your innocence sail through this to that. The innocence she refers to reminds me of one like a child's. Journeys can be scary, they can be exciting, but the knowledge they hold are forever. She says, beyond the face of fear, acknowledging that fear and many other emotions and feelings will occur, and that is okay to feel those things, because once we learn the result of after those feelings, we can accept that unknown because it's known again. The stillness after the storm. Once those feelings pass, we learn to accept the unknown as maybe a good thing. At least Clifton gives me that attitude. Without risks, my parents would have never stayed here in America and made a life for my brother and I. We can't constantly look at our past because that won't change anything. Clifton highlights that the present attitude you hold is the future. Your actions now will influence your life later, not your actions from the past. We cannot do anything about the past anymore. And that is why I love this poem